Hello, welcome people. I see dropping in the stream. My Toon Boom Harmony is not. It's showing the program, but you can't see anything I'm drawing, even though it worked before. So hang tight while I try to fix this. Aha, did that fix it? I think that might have fixed it. There we go. There was a setting in OBS. There we go. So now you all should be able to see what I see. Isn't that great? Let's get some music playing. It's too quiet in here. Let's turn this down maybe like that. And we'll just put in some shadow-esque background music. You all can let me know if that's too loud. But yeah. Put this here. So yeah, you all might have seen my preview animation of this. I posted it right around New Year's, and for this year I'm going to try to start doing some art streams. Microphone is not in a convenient spot. There we go. Yeah, there's the animation. So yeah, there's the animation as it is right now. But I want to do some additional changes, and then we're gonna clean this thing up and make it into something cool. Something that the Ultimate Life Form would be proud of. Just got to see the Sonic 3 movie a little bit ago. Just the other day. Good stuff. I like it a lot. Those end credit scenes, no spoilers, but that was pretty cool. Don't know if we'll see Jim Carrey back for Robotnik. I've heard rumors that I've heard some rumors that people wanted Jim Carrey to come back and voice the mystery character that I won't reveal. And whether Shadow will come back or not, I guess it kind of remains to be seen. But I'm just gonna set up my stuff here and get to work. Because I think one of the things that I want to do is I want to add an extra scene at the front. I think I'm going to change the way the bike comes in, so if the bike comes in horizontally. We'll just set up new. I think the game plan is going to be something like this. What are my notes? Just my harmony things. Let's just get a nice big pen. So let's lay out kind of the plan going forward. So obviously we're going to clean up the designs and make Shadow look actually like Shadow. But I think first of all, we're just going to have the bike come in from screen. It's going to come in from off screen left. It's going to come over to the right. The bike falls over. Shadow jumps up in the air. He's hovering. And then he comes and slams back down somewhere else. And I also need to establish exactly what the backgrounds are going to be for all those scenes. But before the bike comes in, we're just gonna make us don't show again. So for right now, it's like this. What I want to do, I think, is have the bike... See, before the bike was coming in, like it was coming from the background, and then coming, this way. But when I was thinking about the scene, I think I want the bike to come in horizontal. But before that, I want to kind of mimic what happened in the trailer and also kind of the first 10 minutes of the movie. It's one of those movies where what you see in the trailer is pretty much just pretty much what's in the first 10 minutes of the movie. More or less. But in the one scene, it's like I want to have something where, the buildings are coming in this way, and maybe Shadow comes over this hill, and he comes in the air, and he lands. So he comes this way and lands, maybe something like this. And maybe that will be where it could be at an angle too. It could be that he comes in over that hill, jumps the ramp of that hill, comes down, then cut to the horizontal shot where he does that Akira slide, and then jumps in the air and comes back down. And possibly at the end, depending on how ambitious I feel, maybe try a reaction to, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails as it shows in the trailer and in the movie. Because I realize that as it is, Shadow is jumping in the air, he notices something, then he energizes up, and then he flies to the ground. And while in my head originally it was something pretty short and simple, I realized that I just want to make this, my project for the moment. And with that, I want it to be clear why he jumps down. So he's sliding in, doing the Akira slide, that's fine. Maybe he's being chased, that's irrelevant. But when he goes up in the air and he sees something, I maybe have a reaction shot when he jumps in the air, so that he's hanging in the air already up here like this. but then cut to a reaction shot of maybe Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails, you know, maybe like this. And maybe they've just arrived, and Shadow is just now noticing them, you know? And that's why he's getting upset, and then he lands when he, you know, does his electricity, and then he flies down and lands in front of them, you know, that will help the story that I'm trying to set up to be more clear. So yeah, from here, he looks and he notices. But what is it that he's noticing? So that's what I'm going. That's the plan. That's what I'm thinking about. That's what I'm working on. So let's get to work, shall we? I might clean up some of these frames here as we go. Oh, I see. Because that's already an empty frame. Got it. Let's just go ahead and extend this out. Because I want to play with the bike coming in. Just want to delete that frame there. So let's go ahead and set up. Let's try and set this up at an angle. Something here. So this is maybe the sidewalk here. Or who knows? We'll figure things out as we go. Have a bit of perspective coming that way like that. And that way, so whatever's happening here, we'll figure out the backgrounds after the fact. Let's put things this way. with it. So we'll start that way. And here, let's figure out how that bike's going to come into the scene. I think let's actually lower this. Need to make sure that Shadow has plenty of room to drive that bike in. So maybe down like that. Let's put the lock back on that layer. And then here. So let's put that bike coming in. Maybe the transparency on this doesn't need to be that bad. Just maybe put that back to 50. Alright. Alright, so Shadow's coming in this way. He's on that bike coming in this way. And again, we'll flesh out the way the bike is designed, kind of matching how the movie is. Why is YouTube telling me that the bitrate? It says the bitrate's low, but I don't know if that's accurate. My own audio is a bit low. I'm going to lower the music just a little bit and raise this up. See if this sounds any better. I'm going to mute this for a second. See if that is better for the microphone. Is that better for hearing things? On my levels, it looks like it is. Let me just see if check one other thing. Make sure. Do something maybe like this. Because we want him coming up in the air. And actually, it's going to be more of a worm's eye view. This may not be the correct angle that I want. We'll see. Because he's coming in and flying up. that'll be more of an upshot. Because he's supposed to be coming up here, and we'll be seeing the underside of the bike. We'll be seeing the underside of the bike. Now I could just mimic the exact frame. Give me 1 second. Sorry, just getting things, you know, hammered out for the stream. Just some technical details. And I was also pulling up the original trailer. Because I wanted to see the exact angle they were using. Did I download that trailer? If not, we can just pull it up on the other screen.
Sonic, you finally...
Oh, sorry about that. Where is that happening in the scene? That happens at about... Yeah, they fly in with a helicopter. Sonic says no cheat codes. Because the way they put it in the movie was different than how it was in the trailer, even if it's the same shots. Right at the end. There we go. So you all can see what I'm looking at. I'm just gonna pull up this image. And yeah, like that. We'll leave this up in case we need it again. And I believe if I just do this, Alright, so let me lock that, or unlock that. Don't know if it'll let me change it entirely, but I'll just set it over here on the side. So that's the shot we're trying to mimic. The only difference that I'm trying to change is that I want him to be coming... I want to lower that horizon more so that he's coming over the side. And of course, we don't need to have Sonic. We're not trying to recreate the scene, so I'm not worried about having Sonic. So about like that, from what you all are seeing. Hey, that one guy, Ray. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, we're trying to recreate... I'm trying to recreate this, but in a slightly different angle. So let's go back and think about that once more. We'll leave... So let's try it from this angle. Have you seen the new movie? That one guy, Ray? I'll just call you Ray for the moment if that's alright. I just got to see the movie the other day, and it's revitalized my need to finish this animation a bit better. So I'm looking off the screen a little bit, but kind of flipped. It's like I kind of want it to be like, let's bring that horizon line down quite a bit. Okay, cool. Thank you for confirming that. Yeah, the movie was really something special. Cause I've seen both of them, and the person I had gone with had not seen the first two, so it was a bit of an experience for them. But I feel like coming into the third one with Shadow as a main character was as good a starting place as any. Just trying to get some dynamism in the shot there. Because again, I want... How exactly is... I'm just going to pull up the reference for myself so I can see it. You all can see it on the screen because I have OBS set up that way, but I want it large for myself for reference. Yeah, so the bike, if we just keep the exact angle of that bike, the bike is kind of coming in this way. You know, a bit like that. Shadow is mostly obscured in that shot, so we can kind of see his face there, but not much, because it is supposed to be an upshot. And we might cheat. We might cheat a little bit to have the wheel in there. But we kind of want it to be something. Maybe this should be a little bit shorter. That foreshortening on the bike, because those bike wheels are really huge. You're trying to get better at animating. Do I have any tips? Well, I guess I'd ask first, what do you know so far? Because you could always start with I would always say that knowing and understanding the 12 principles is certainly is certainly the best place to start. And I was lucky enough to be able to go to a school in Canada, even though I'm an American. Yeah, maybe like this. So he's coming in this way. And at the time, they were still teaching us how to do stuff for flashed animation. But we did hand-drawn animation for the first... It was like almost a year-long program, but we did hand-drawn animation, like Disney style, the first half of the year, and then we switched into Flash and a little bit of 3D animation at the end. But we studied a lot of Disney stuff. The 9 old men, the 12, whichever. Impact. Is that the... Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah, I've heard that Roblox actually has some decent stuff built in. I've never messed with that myself. The program that I use, of course, is Toon Boom Harmony, and I also use Adobe Flash. Harmony I use with a student license, so I can't really do anything commercial or official with it. But I do pay a subscription for this one, so this isn't necessarily the best program that I would suggest to others. I know the Adobe Flash is more affordable. And you can also animate inside of Photoshop and Clip Studio Paint. Clip Studio Paint's what I use for regular drawing. Oops. Yeah, I'm trying to think what a good software, like starting software, would be. Is Krita? I think Krita is the free version of is kind of the free open source version of Photoshop. Yeah, Krita might be the way to go, actually, because it's like Photoshop and you can do the animation with layers, and it should. I don't know if it has the timeline feature. Mind me for a second. My brain's going in several directions at once. I just want to try and get this shot better laid out here, because there's going to be more than one stream for this. So maybe when he comes up this way, and then maybe add an extra frame at the beginning. Oh. Silly me, I'm drawing on my background layer instead of my actual layer. We'll just add an extra layer up here. That's fine. New first scene. We'll call it new scene 1. Add that in. Oh, it made both. Don't need you. We'll clean that up later. This scene is supposed to be... Hold on one second. Let me get this sorted, and I will... So I want this one off. And I accidentally put this on here. I'll show you what the scene is going to be in a second. I just want to... I was drawing on the too many things in the same layer and got mixed up. Okay, so we'll put this here. And when I'm making little marks like that, that's just because the way the program is, it needs to have something, otherwise it does this weird duplication. That can be kind of frustrating. Where did my other drawing go? Yeah, it can be a little it can be a little challenging. I need to the way my Cintiq is set up, the screen is really compacted. I would much rather be able to pop out this main drawing window and have the timeline on a separate screen, so I have more real estate to draw. It's easier. Where did my notes originally go? So turn off that. So the original scene, or the original animation that I did, was Shadow coming in this way, riding the bike. He skids. He does his Akira slide. He blasts off into the sky. And we'll just play it this way. So he comes in, he slides, he jumps in the air. He pauses for a moment, he looks, he powers up, and then he slams into the ground, and it cuts in there. What I'm trying to add is I want to add him... I'm going to change the bike. I'm going to have this change so that it's coming in from left to right. Appreciate that. I'm pretty happy with it at the moment, but I want to add a few more pieces. So instead of him coming in from the top left to the bottom right, I want this shot for him to come straight across. So he'd be coming this way, and then adding another shot at the beginning, which is like in the top right. I want him to come over a hill, like you see the empty hill. He comes over it like the shot you see up in the top right, and then it'll cut to... It'll do this, and then it'll cut to him coming across that way. Just a directing choice. Because again, I'm just trying to think of like storytelling. Well, where was he coming from? From top left to bottom right. He's just driving across the screen. He comes in dramatically, bike in the air, and then it lands. Then the bike would land here, and then go across. So, bike here, and then it would just continue to this. Oh, you mean the spikes on Shadow, right? Like his head spike. Yeah, I have a. It's not in the animation, but I am trying to get his to. Excuse me. I'm working on learning that Sonic style better. So, yeah, Sonic's kind of like all curved down, like towards his back, and Shadow's the top of his head kind of curls back with his head, and the others kind of floof up and out. Yeah. Yeah, because Sonic's are always kind of like this, and Shadow's kind of come up like that. And his ears, it's something more like this. But again, I'll probably do probably in another stream. Probably in another stream, I will be going over getting the actual designs, because I want to make sure that once I actually draw the final bike, that the bike looks good. And then obviously, if Shadow doesn't look good, then well, you gotta make the ultimate life form proud. I just realized the music completely stopped. Why did the music stop? Oh, it's not on loop. Or repeat. There we go. Did I lose my whole background that I was drawing? Yeah, that's true. I do notice that they. Yeah, it's like the. It's kind of. I don't want to call it a ponytail, but it's like, yeah, his side spikes stick out more, and that big spike kind of hangs down kind of like a ponytail more in the back. If I were to it's like from all the different shots, there's a variety of ways. Which again, I'll probably do another stream where I'm just working on shadow design. I think I completely lost my thing I was doing. Where'd that go? I'm not sure why. We'll just do it again. Something like that. And then yeah, he'll be coming over this hill. He will be coming over this hill. And let's move this one to that frame. And then let's bring this back here. And maybe something like this. And the other background won't be there. Yeah, I think we're gonna remove that entirely. And let's get rid of that. Let's give ourselves lots of room with the background. And let's zoom this. Oh, that was just my other thinking sketch. Let's give that a little bit there. Why did everything go upside down? I'm sorry. That was odd. I am planning to set up... Sorry about that. I was focused on a thing. I have a Discord set up. It's not really finalized, but that is something that I'm trying to do this month. So I will let everybody know. I'll try to set that up for the next stream. Because I do have one right now, but it's pretty empty. So there's nothing set up in it. But somebody else, a few other people had asked me about it, and I wanted to make sure that it was set up nice. Because usually I just use Discord to chat, and if you like. Where is my thing? What is this? I don't need Discord quests. Here, I'll post my thing in the chat so that anybody who wants to can do so. Let me see. So, if anybody wants to add me on Discord, I forget how Discord works, but you can. I forget which one lets you search for it, but either of these. Sometimes it shows up as Sunshine Fox 33, but the profile and everything will show up as Foxatronic Sunny, so that you'll know for sure that it is me. But yeah, if you want to connect on Discord, by all means. Let me see. Do this maybe. Let's have a little bit of the bike and a little bit of Shadow's head. So maybe something like that. And then he will fly off screen that way. Let's see. There you go. You are added on Discord. You're added on Discord there, Ray. And let me keep an eye on the time. I'm actually going to be... There's something else coming up at 6 p.m. my time, but that's an hour and a half off. So we'll do I'm gonna finish my thinking through these shots, and then I might call this done for now. Because this is the first time I've done streaming with the Cintiq for drawing and animating. Normally I just do games and other such, but the Cintiq was a real trick because it's not part of the computer. So let's add one more frame here. Let's do one more frame here. And let's make him even bigger. And he's gonna come flying right at the screen. And then we'll turn this on to check it. So like that. Actually, just turn on the onion skin for a second. Yeah, so it starts blank, comes over the horizon, and then goes off. A little bit on the tire bugging me. Maybe one last frame as he's heading off screen. A little bit smaller. This will need some tweaking, but I wanted to get through. I wanted to think it out first. Hold that there, then the background will switch to here. And now we want to go to the other part. Let's lock that for now. Where's the other frames? Okay, this one is right here. Okay, so first off, let's move. Oops. You can see a bunch of other. See, normally when I export, you all don't see any of this up here. But when I was doing the original animation, you'll probably see a bunch of things like this on the side where I was, playing around with different poses for the bike, deciding what angle I wanted. Let's bring this back just a little. And let's bring this back. And now, instead of having this way, let's try to just redraw this. So instead of him coming this way, let's turn this back down. So now we'll have the bike come in this way. So we'll have the bike come in this way. And then when the bike lands, yeah, maybe have it, you know, come down like this. And then he's coming in this way. Could actually make this a whole extra shot as well. Let's actually do... Let's actually do this way. And give a little bit of back bounce maybe. So he's gonna come down like that. And a little bit of back bounce on that back tire. And then we'll just smooth that out the rest of the way. And then we'll just have him go on off the screen. So let's see what that looks like. So let's just take a look and see what that looks like. So now we have, again, backgrounds will come later. This is just about getting the motion. Where is that frame coming from? Oh, that's this. Get out of here, other frames. You're not welcome. A little bit rough. A little bit rough. This should actually probably be farther back this way. Maybe something like that. Yeah, we want to have just a little bit. A little bit of this. Bring this one back. Let's turn on that onion skin just to see. So he's flying over that hill. He's gonna land back wheel first. Let's bring that up to match. And then like this. A little bit of back. And then a little bit. Let's actually make it so that the back bounces and then the front bounces a little and then levels out as he's going. like this. And then once more as he exits the frame. How about that? Comes over the hill. He lands. Yeah. It's not perfect. Actually, maybe I don't even need that frame. Maybe like this. Yeah, what do you all think of that? Why is there a duplicate? And then one more for it leaving. One more for it leaving, and then we'll start together. And then here is where we will now slide the rest of this in. So he'll be like this. Welcome back. Let's see. Oh, I see. I see what you mean. I just looked at the Discord. I just glanced up and saw the Discord. Yeah. Yeah, that definitely is. It definitely is better for how his spikes, his spines. Look at that, spines for a hedgehog. Hedgehog and porcupines, spines. Spines, spikes, animal terminology. So for here, the Akira slide will start here. Keep this. But for here, let's just, for the moment, oops, wrong way. Not trying to delete frames. There we go. So then I'll slide in and we'll add a few more frames for this. Instead of having it this way, do this. There we go. Actually unsure if I can just... not like that. Oh, wait, like this. I need the mouse, not the pen. I'm gonna try to bring all these frames up to the other... I'm gonna see if it'll let me copy all these frames from the original up to the other layer. I know there's a way to do it. Let's see. We'll have to figure that out a little later since I'm short on time. But the point is for the new stuff. He'll come in this way, he'll fly off screen, the bike will land, he'll take off. There'll be a few frames of blank. So he'll drive off this way, and then he will come in from that side. He'll drive off, and then he'll come in this way and do the slide, and then he'll take off in the air. And then, like I was saying earlier on, when he stops to look, I want it to be clear what he's looking at. What did he see that gets him upset? So he comes up in the air, he hangs here, and then he's hanging for a second, and then he notices something. And whatever it is, he doesn't particularly like. And then he charges up. But I want to add a shot in here. I want to add a shot in here where we see what it is he's looking at. We might even do a close-up. We might even do a close-up on his face there before he charges up. And maybe we do a reaction shot of the three characters on the ground. And I think I had those. Yeah, so he's hanging up here in the air. He's hanging up here in the air, and maybe we have Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles here on the ground looking up. Like maybe they've just arrived. Like, so that when he jumps up in the air, you know, he just ditched the bike, he jumped up in the air, he's looking around, he sees them on the ground, cut to a reaction shot of them looking up. And then he gets kind of upset, he powers up, he comes launching into the ground. So up here, he jumps off the bike, he sits here for a second, he looks, reaction shot to the characters, you know. And then cut back to him Then cut back to him being upset. Oh, there was some extra stuff on there. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's when I was working on what the design would actually be. It's pretty rough. Not happy with that. But yeah, comes up there. Then he gets upset. His energy charges. Add a bit more flair to that, maybe at the very, very end. And then he goes into energy mode. He zaps back down to the ground. And this shot could also be redone as well. See, instead of him coming down this way, we could also have it... Yeah, the body sizing... The body sizing will definitely need to be fixed. I was actually watching a video the other day on the guy who did the redesign for the movie, showing how he drew it. So I was studying that too. Why did you extend this all the way like that? Don't do that. Don't go randomly extending frames. Get rid of that. So for here, on this, if we made a new shot here, might have, we'll add the overlap a little later. So you have the other characters here. Maybe they're standing this way. Need to be much smaller though. Oh, maybe they'd even be mostly off screen, so kind of in that third quarter, kind of like that. And if there's, you know, like the square, and he comes in this way. So instead of landing in the middle and zooming in on his face, because I just wanted, my original thought for doing this was that he has that cool flame effect with his eyes. And I kind of wanted to do that originally, but I think it's more important to tell the story and then worry about the visual effects afterwards. Is this... where is he? He's on this frame. So if we turn this off, and we just added him this way. He also has that. He also has that. That. What am I trying to think? He does. Shadow does that thing where he lands in a particular way, like that superhero-esque landing. Where did my cursor go? Oh. But yeah, but so instead of him coming down like he did before, he comes down and he lands in front of the Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles here. Lands this way. Again, that would take another background, but that's fine. I'm willing to put in the work. This won't be an overnight fix animation. This will take a week or so. But have something like that where he lands from them. And then if we really wanted to get fancy, there's one of those character... how do you call it? What's the camera move called when you when you rotate from the person that's facing and you do like a 360 pan. But that could be tricky. But yeah, I think that's kind of the direction that I'm planning to go with. But I am running a little low on time, so I think I'm gonna pause things for now, and we'll come back to this in the next stream. I might clean up some stuff off stream. And the arms and the legs, they taper more towards like his ankles and his wrists. That's correct. Yeah, they have like a bit of bulk. You see here. I think this is from. No, that's from one of the cartoons. I'm just looking at my reference folder that I had one. There it is, this one here. This is from the original game, I think. Let me try to... Let me see if I can do this. I have a whole folder full of shadow reference, but I really like this one. I want to try to get better at drawing this particular one. If I can... Because the movie... Yeah, like that. Because that is because the original game is clearly what the movie took inspiration from. I think it was Sonic Prime, where they changed, they made it look like he has like punching gloves, and they added extra long gloves on his arms rather than. I think the boots were mostly the same, but the gloves were clearly changed for that Sonic Boom. I think Sonic Prime, they did make him back to the original, and it was Sonic Boom, and Sonic had the karate hand wraps, and they gave Shadow these big long like punching gloves that go up to his elbows, and his boots were much bigger. But Shadow, where'd the thing go? Yeah, this is everybody's kind of ideal Shadow, and of course. They referenced him having the gun and stuff, even though it was a kind of a laser pistol. In the Sonic franchise, yes, I would definitely say that. I would definitely say that Shadow is my favorite Sonic character. Yeah, I definitely say he's my favorite Sonic character for sure. Knuckles is pretty high on the list, but it's hard to beat Shadow. Something about that look, something about that dark look. Is this an AI image? I thought it was just from the. Something weird about the guns, if that's what you're pointing out. Yeah, the guns in the hands, yeah. Yeah, that now that you mention it, yeah, the hands are really messed up. Surprisingly good otherwise, but as usual, AI messing with the hands. it just can't compete with real actual art. Yeah, the fingers are messed up. There's not any actual part of the gun. Didn't see the mouth. Oh, I see. He has like a double lip there. That's weird because it looks so much like the old game art. Yeah, it like tried to recreate the, when did that game come out? The old game cover, but it didn't quite know what to do with a couple pieces, so it just completely went to shit on the hands. Oh well. Hey Ava Daily Vlogs, how's it going? Are you a fan of Shadow and the Sonic 3 movie? Let's try to add a couple more frames and then I have to go. And this thing keeps trying to add in all these extra frames over here that I don't want. Yeah, who doesn't love Shadow? Shadow just has that kind of appeal that is hard to beat. Why did everything turn upside down again? Harmony, don't do that. There is some shortcut in Harmony that flips the drawings upside down, and I have to learn what that is to stop hitting it. I just want to finish my thought on drawing this. So let's do maybe like this. And then he's going to be coming down like this. You know, he's going to be coming down like that. Kind of with his energy form. It's also interesting to me when I was looking up how I wanted to do his energy dash, that in the original game it's different than what they came up with later on. I don't know if I even still have that up. Oh yeah, Shadow finally getting a Chaos Emerald and turning Super Shadow. That was the first time that's happened, right? That hasn't happened in the games, has it? And yeah, tragic backstory Shadow. It's still a little weird It's still a little weird to me that Maria is technically a Robotnik. Clearly the women in the family. Clearly the women in the Robotnik family don't have quite the villain streak. Or if you really wanted to take it in a crazy direction, what if there's an alternate dimension? Like, you remember how in one of the Spider-Verse movies they had Doc Ock be a lady in the other universe? Wouldn't it be crazy if there was an alternate universe where adult Maria turns into a Dr. Robotnik? Yeah, what is it? There's Rule 63, the Internet Rule 63. A Rule 63 universe. And there's a Maria Robotnik. I think that could be an interesting take. Might have to hold on to that one for myself. Maybe I do some kind of fan comic based on Maria Robotnik. That could be an idea. Add a couple more frames here. A little bit over to the right, maybe like this. And then we could have instead of this, instead of this frame, let's take out this frame here. And oh, did I not copy and paste that correctly? Oops. I want all this to be on this frame. Firmly grasp it. There we go. Now for this one, take all this away. And now we've got it. So then we'll try to do that kind of like, because he sort of shimmers a bit before he actually materializes. something like this. Not quite sure what the best look for it would be. And maybe one more frame right here. And this one would be just kind of a... It comes in small. There we go. So it comes in small. This actually should be at the end. Is that right? Comes in small. I don't like that. We'll figure something out. Comes in. Or was that right? Maybe I did like it better the other way. Hey, Comey, Corny. I can't. My monitor's a little fuzzy. Yeah, when you think that Tom wasn't gonna make it, that was I mean, Shadow didn't know. He had to get the thing. Yeah, well, see, Ray, that's what I meant. That there's different versions of it. Because where's the thing? Well, see, where's the thing at? Let's do this. Let's do window. We'll just do. Can I? No, it's gonna be like that. It's fine, whichever way. See, in some shots they show. Let's go frame by frame, because his energy electricity is red. When he's coming through, he kind of goes white to red. Where's the other spot they show it? But in the, will this play if I put it back in the thing? I wonder if this will play if I put it back in here. See, here's, if you all can see this clip. Let me try to move this over here. Yeah, and his energy changed. Oh, I think YouTube is just behind for me. Oh, I see. So it's a different... So it's different depending on which ability he's using. See, that part I didn't know. Okay. Well, it's definitely it's stuff to keep in mind. Because the coloring will be one of the... So the coloring stuff will definitely be at the very end. These are just kind of like notes to remind myself what's the action is happening. But once all the characters are fleshed out and then we start coloring it, then I want to be more particular about getting the colors right. So if he is doing Chaos Control, I need to decide which ability it is that he's using. So if it is Speed that he's using, not Chaos Control, then it would be one and not the other. Or blue and not red. Let's see. Ava. I'd say I'm decent at drawing. I would not say... I'd say I'm decent enough. I'll post a couple things. Let's see, so that you all can have a way to see. Because Ray was asking if I had the Discord set up yet, and I don't. But if you all want to keep track of things that I'm doing, this is the account I set up for Blue Sky. And for when I normally post art stuff, where is it? I normally post my art stuff to Instagram. So Instagram, so I'll put both of those in the chat. And you all can feel free to follow in either of those places if you like. But yeah, because I've done things for I've done some Undertale Yellow drawings, and I've done some stuff for One Piece and Avatar: The Last Airbender, and a big project I did last year was for something you all probably don't know, but it was a big storyboard sequence, kind of a sci-fi story sequence. Because normally what I do is a lot of cartoon style work. I just do more freelance than actual specific work. Maybe I'll get into a studio one day, but kind of doing for the moment, kind of doing my own thing. But yeah, Instagram has a pretty good showing of the kind of art that I usually do. But yeah, I think... Well, I appreciate that, Ava. I tend to believe that anybody can learn to draw. It just takes some perseverance, I would say. Because sometimes I can get the things drawn that I want, and other times I have some mental hang-ups. And I've been working with somebody that it's like I have trouble seeing certain things, but it's kind of hard to describe. So for me personally, that's been like a bit of a struggle. Like certain camera angles really mess with my head, and I've been working with somebody who kind of understands that same. I don't know if I'd call it autistic, but it's like certain particular angles and things get really tricky, and I've been kind of working with somebody that can help. That kind of helps me work through some of those things and gives me some ideas and drawing practice. But I certainly didn't get to where I was overnight. That's for sure. And now that the YouTube channel is kind of going places, I want to kind of go through my journey with you all. And at the moment, that happens to be with everybody's favorite character, Shadow. Because if you can't get inspired to draw by watching Shadow, then I don't know what'll get you out of bed to start drawing. Because once I saw the Sonic 3 trailer, I knew I had to do something. And I didn't want to just mimic the scenes in the trailer. I wanted to do my own spin on it. So let's just go back and take a look at what we did today. Oh, this. Actually gonna look up how to copy frames. So maybe this is easier than I thought. I don't want to... Yeah, YouTube in and of itself is tricky. I'm sure you guys will get there one day. It's it kind of goes back and forth. I'm gonna add an extra. I need to wrap this up. I have something else happening at 6 o'clock in about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna have to wrap up this stream. But I'm trying to copy and paste the frames where I want them to be. There we go. Alright, now it's working. So then I just need to copy all of that. It was way simpler than I thought. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Ava. I just want to move this up. It is not wanting to copy these. I would really love for all of this to copy cells from timeline, paste cells in timeline. It does not want me to move. It does not want me to move these frames down there. I was just trying to see how everything looked as a whole. Sometimes Harmony has weird tricks you have to figure out. But yeah, let's take a look. So that's the original under there. So again, we're adding this frame where Shadow comes over the hill, he flies at the camera, he lands, he goes horizontal across the screen this time. And from right here, and we turn this one back on. So it's gonna go off screen, and then he's gonna come this way. We'll keep the slide. There needs to be more of a pause here. When I watched it in the movie, the way he jumps off the bike, he has more of an anticipation than what I had. But I'll add that later. So he jumps up, he hangs in the air. We're going to, when he looks, we're going to try to add that one frame really loves to come across there every time. So so from here, we're gonna try to add in Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails, and maybe have a reaction shot. Kind of having a reaction shot here of them like this. So we might cut, what we might do is we might cut into, I think that's the last thing I want to do for sure. I think I want to have this. Need to make that black. And then we'll have this here. And we'll have this come into like maybe a head and shoulders shot, so it's nice and good on his eyes. That when he comes up in the air, he looks down, we get a close-up on his eyes. What is he looking at? And maybe as well, how about this? Maybe it starts in close, and then it goes, here, let's remove the frame. Again, we're just keeping it loose to think about it. Yeah, see, it's doing that. You all can't tell, but it's doing that duplication thing. So how about it comes in really close on their faces to start. Comes in really close. What's he looking at? Comes into them. And then for here, yeah, it's trying to make a duplicate frame, and that's not what I want. Stop that. what I want it to be is I want it to look like it's in on them and then pulling away. So it's close up and then pulling away. Maybe showing exactly where he's at. So it's showing up, close up, pulls back to him. We could even do one of these. Maybe we'll even come back to him on this shot. Because I don't plan to do dialogue in this animation. Yeah, so let's take a look at that. So he comes in, he slides, he jumps, he hangs in the air, he stops to think for a moment, looks down, close up on his eyes, what he's looking at. Maybe that should be the other way, actually. Unsure. Yeah, so close up, back to them. Could even have his eyes going to red here as well. If we wanted. And again, the more of a self note to me than whatever. Like again, yeah, and then this would just be the same. So instead of having this frame, that would just be that one. Alright. Literally fire. Yeah, when Shadow's eyes do the fire thing, that's just so cool. I gotta love it. Alright. I think I'm gonna call the stream here, guys. I appreciate you all showing up. I'm going to set up some more art streams like this, and we'll continue this animation journey together. And like I said, I will also do another one. I like to use Clip Studio Paint for my regular drawing, and I need to nail down that Sonic the Hedgehog style. As Ray pointed out, there's a little proportional issues here and there, but nothing that can't be hammered out. So I will see you guys next time. Again, thanks so much for showing up. Keep an eye out on the Blue Sky if you like, the Instagram. I don't usually post stream updates to Instagram. That's literally just for art. Blue Sky is where I try to post updates, or just make sure you have that notification bell turned on the YouTube. But I'll see you guys next time. Keep up that drawing practice yourselves, like we talked about. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.